Hello and welcome to True Crime Diary, a light-hearted podcast on a serious subject. Every 2 weeks we look back through true crime stories to discuss an event that took place on this week in history. I'm your host Mark Decana, and with me as always are my friends Jed Lester.
Hello.
And Rue Turner.
Hello.
So the date we're looking at this episode is the 22nd of January, and in 1957, after a 16-year bombing campaign in New York, George Metesky was arrested on the advice of a psychiatrist.
16 years?
Yeah, I was going to say that's
16.
quite
a lot of
quite
bombing.
A spree.
Is that thinking about doing it, or
No,
bombing for 16 years?
16 years, yeah.
I mean, that's... What level of bombage was he...
Well, he was arrested in 1957. In the 40s and 50s, he left at least 33 bombs around New York City.
Mm-hmm.
22 of them went off, and 15 people were injured. No deaths.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're a little banged up, but no serious injuries.
So it's low level... Oh, no, it's not. I mean, bombs are quite high level, aren't they? But as far as bombs go, what you and I think of a massive bomb, it wasn't a massive... It was a device.
Yes.
Bit bigger than a party popper.
Bigger than party popper, smaller than 9/11.
You could kind of say he was a bit of a sort of unsuccessful hobbyist bomber.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. One a minority.
So half of them went off, and none of them really hurt anybody.
Right. Oh, okay.
I mean,
Well,
some injuries,
yeah.
obviously. We got
Nonetheless, it was a reign of terror.
Yeah, I
Right,
suppose
because-
it
Who's next?
Yeah.
provides the intrigue of worry. Worry.
Yeah, the intrigue of worry.
It's probably a bit more
It's the name
than
of your
worry.
autobiography.
How intriguing!
Perhaps it's a bit more than worry, but
Terror,
it's very worrying, isn't it? I know. Yeah, you're right.
Mildly
Terror.
concerned in case a bomb takes my arm.
The thing about these bomb campaigns is very troublesome. Who, in the grand scheme of however many years we've been doing this rubbish, I would argue we haven't done many bombers.
I don't think we've done any bombers.
I'm a bomber. Would he say that? I'm a
Would
bomber.
I say that?
No, would he say that?
Would he say that? I'm a bomber.
I'm a bomber.
I'm that bomb guy.
We don't really do bombs, do we?
Did we not?
We done stupid old DB Cooper,
Claimed he had
who was ridiculous,
Yeah.
and he definitely didn't have a bomb.
No,
And
it was bomb adjacent.
yeah, and it was ridiculous, the whole thing, and it could have been avoided instantly by saying no. I won't land/take off this plane.
Guy Fawkes definitely had a bomb, but
He
that
did.
didn't go off.
That didn't
Yep.
go on.
Yeah. So he is a bomber, though, isn't he?
He's a bomber.
Even though his bombage didn't bomb.
Didn't bomb.
Well, it didn't.
I mean, it did go off. It did not go off. That is true. If it doesn't go off, is it a bomb? Or is it just some barrels?
Or are you a bomber?
Are you a bomber?
It's still a bomb, but are you a bomber?
If a bomb don't bomb, are you a bomber?
Philosophically speaking.
Well, anyway, I must admit, in the early 90s, when there was lots and lots of, bomb scares in London, IRA
The
kind of
troubles,
stuff.
yeah.
Nobody, as far as I'm concerned, it didn't make a jot of difference, and everyone carried on as normal.
Completely.
But it was it was daily, because I would go back and forth to college, kind of 92, 3-ish, and it was absolutely a daily occurrence of bomb scare in the city or whatever. All right, periodically a couple would go off,
Yes.
but primarily that it was a daily occurrence, and no one cared really, even though it was a real
Typically, a
threat.
warning would come in, and then
Yes.
it
Yeah.
would be found, and then everything would be fine. That was kind of the routine. And
Yeah.
occasionally, one would go off.
You did
I had
it.
someone phone up with a bomb threat. Yeah.
Really? What did they say? Tell me. Take exactly.
Yeah.
Right, I'll be you. Hello. Hang on, where did you work? No, you.
What a terrible failing.
Hello.
In the casting of you, you failed.
No, but I don't know.
You are not cast as yourself.
I don't know what the other person said. Right, I'll be you.
I know.
Hello, sexual health clinic.
It was about.
Hello, My Little Pony Emporium.
Okay, they rang me, so I don't.
Yeah, I know. I'm being you. I'm answering the phone.
Well, so what happened was I was working at Texas Home Care, a company that no longer exists.
Sure.
So
Was it blown up?
No, we had at the time, because of bombs, we had a form by the phone that if anyone rang up, it said make sure you get them to.
And was this the same time as I was talking about, or
Yeah, it was early 90s.
Okay, yep.
And,
Just trying to think what people would have against a DIY store.
Exactly. Why would they? But
Okay.
everyone, it's the whole point of it was disruption.
Yes, disruption.
Nonetheless.
That's what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, but nonetheless, we had all these forms. It was just everybody did. You have it by the phone.
Did you-
If anyone
so
rings
did-
up with a bomb threat,
Did you speak to
it's
them?
info. Yeah.
Hello, Texas Home Care. Can I help you? Are you going to affect an accent?
No, I'm not going to. Honestly, I don't remember the exact what was said on the telephone.
Rubbish.
It was such a harrowing time.
Well, no, I mean they just said there's a bomb.
No, not a bomb.
Or something, otherwise,
I don't think they were as flim-flam as
They
that.
were.
I
Well,
don't
this
know.
is the
There
point.
might be a bomb.
Can I tell you the story?
You're not telling it,
All
but
right,
you need to
not
be.
telling you my own story.
You need to be more. Listen to me.
I'm not going to do an accent. I rang up, said there's a bomb. I was like, oh,
There's a bomb.
I read through the thing.
Was it quite
Who do
cordial?
you represent? What is it?
Who do you represent? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, are you the pro?
Was it quite cordial? Cordial.
Yeah. Well,
All right, mate.
I was trying to get the information required.
Yeah, you were trying to keep him on the line, and then someone
wasn't
over
trying to
there,
get
was. We got him.
Yeah, with one hand over one ear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I phoned the police, and that bit of the phone call I do remember.
Oh, yeah.
Because I said, "Oh yeah, I'm calling from Texas. I just had a bomb threat phoned in," and the policeman on the other end of the phone went,
Did he really? He did a heavy
a
sigh.
heavy sigh, and he went, "Okay."
He's just thinking of all the paperwork.
I was just about to go to my lunch.
He goes, "All right, what did they say?" And I told him everything that I'd written down. And he went, "Okay, I'm in a minute." Low and quiet. Obviously, he went to chase somebody. He came back to his phone. He went, "Okay, get everyone out of the building."
Oh, okay. Right. Right. Okay.
And then I went myself. So we got everybody outside, and then
So you
bomb
kind of
squad turned
set
up.
the alarm off or something.
Well, no, we just asked everyone to quietly leave the building. We didn't say, "There's a bomb."
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, so you deliberately
Quietly got everybody
why,
out.
or I'll be a customer. Why am I being asked to go outside?
Safety issue.
What's happened?
There's an electrical safety issue. We need to get everyone out of the building because the problem is we're afraid people are going to get electrocuted. So we need to get everybody out just temporarily. Don't worry about it. We went and got everybody outside,
Perfect answer.
and well, I just made that up. I can't remember what I said. But,
It's a good ruse.
yeah, I'm a very good liar. The building is
That was it.
It's a small electrical problem attached to a bomb.
What can you remember? What day it was? Like, was it busy? Is my point.
No, it wasn't.
So it was quite easy to
It was easy.
shepherd.
Yeah, we herded everyone. But yeah, anyway, they found a hoax
Right.
device in the.
Oh, they found something.
Yeah. It
Right.
wasn't
No,
actually
okay.
even in the store, but it was a.
So though the notion of the bomb scare, the bomb threat. I mean, I don't know why they bothered going to the trouble of actually placing a hoax. Is that what it was? Or just a
it
whatever
was, it was a
shoebox
box
and a.
of old scrap wire
Right.
with bomb.
But a phone.
Bomb
What,
written
really?
on it.
I mean, it was just. Who knows what goes through the mind?
But the notion of the phone call is surely
phone call
enough.
is the important-
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, the inconvenience has cast
Well, this-
immediately by making the call.
Exactly.
completely.
But it just shows. Obviously, their target was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then they went to the effort of going, "Oh, I'm going to make a fake bomb."
Yeah. Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
I just think, this is not the Provost. This is not the IRA. It's just some wackadoodle.
Oh right. Oh, okay. Did you do 1471?
I don't think that
Did
was
that
around
exist?
at the time.
That's where it tells you the number.
But yeah,
Well,
so bombs.
fascinating.
I was advised by my upper echelon to
Yep.
once I'd got all the customers out to look for the bomb.
Really?
Yeah.
What had the police turned up?
No, while we were waiting for the
Pre.
pre
Mark, go and
police.
So if there's
I'll tell
any
you what.
rucksacks you don't recognise, give them a kick.
Okay, what
Make
you do is
yourself
go in,
useful.
search the store. I'm like, what?
make yourself useful. Go and have a look for it.
Bless you for putting yourself in harm's way.
So, well, anyway, back to the whatever we're talking about. The notion of a spreading fear through whether it's a hoax or not.
Yes.
can be done with a phone call, but this bloke was actually planting actual bombs, was he?
Actually planting actual
And
bombs.
some of them just didn't go off, and some of
didn't
them
go
did.
off. So, like, 2/3 went off.
Yep.
So, obviously, he intended for them all to go off.
Right. So, all right, who was he?
So the bomber turned out to be a man named George Metesky, who was from Connecticut. He was a specialist electrician.
As opposed to an electrician.
Yeah, all right. Fine.
Where are we now? We're not in Connecticut. We're in
New York
City.
City.
Right, okay, yep.
So he was in the US Marines for a time.
Mm-hmm.
His title was specialist electrician because they called their troops specialists. And when he got back from serving overseas with the Marines, he joined Consolidated Edison, or Con Ed, the big utilities company.
Yep.
But he has suffered an industrial accident while working there. And he got fumes in his lungs from boilers where he was working, which the industrial injury caused him to have to leave work.
Or early.
He had to go home.
About 3:15.
To go home for a bit.
Well, due to disability. He had to lost his
That was
job.
the end of that. Right, okay.
Yeah.
The injury led to he got pneumonia, and then from that he then got tuberculosis.
Right.
So,
Gosh.
So did he get... he wanted revenge for...
yeah.
What would it have been? Why did he... Breathing in stuff.
So basically, it's your classic, disgruntled employee situation. He had an accident at work. He should have.
Didn't feel like he was treated well enough as a result of the injury, so
Yeah.
he had a grudge against his.
It wasn't his
ex-employer.
fault.
Yeah.
He had an accident at work.
I'm
It wasn't
listing.
his fault.
Yeah. Who's he going to call?
Yeah, he should have.
Right, okay.
But the thing is, unfortunately, compensation hotlines weren't around at that point. And
Yeah.
so he didn't file for workers' compensation.
Of course,
It wasn't
yeah.
available to him.
He just-
had a time limit, and
He just
missed-
left. Oh, right.
He
Yeah,
missed
okay,
the
yeah.
time limit to file. He appealed 3 times, and always they were denied just because you're not getting compensated because you didn't ask in time. It's your fault.
Okay.
So-
Your
Do you
fault.
think
That's
someone who
terrible.
was so obsessed with making watches connect to bombs that time would be something, running out of time would be an important thing to him?
Sure, yeah.
So he was pissed at Con Ed.
Yes.
That was his reason. That's why he started his bombing campaign.
Oh, joy, success and revenge, all wrapped up into one sweet package.
So he started out by bombing Con Ed related.
Yep, sure.
But not always. He bombed Grand Central Station, Penn Station, Radio City Music Hall,
Wow.
got a bomb. The New York Public Library, the subway got bombs. There was libraries, theatres, offices,
And
phone
was-
booths.
Gosh.
And as it went on, was everyone, was it like, why is he doing this? I don't understand. Or was he like, yeah, I'm a former disgruntled employee of...
Well, no one knew who.
Right,
Who
okay.
it
So
was.
no one knew at all.
Right.
Right.
No, he was just.
As far as Con Ed
Lashing
goes,
out.
he kind of achieving nothing, but he just hated the world, presumably.
Well, he did leave messages, but they were so weird. Not
Yep.
weird. They were just sort of
Cryptic.
not cryptic, just curt. So, like, when his first bomb was at a Con Ed power plant. This is in November 1940. It was found before it went off, but it had a note wrapped around it, which presumably would have been obliterated had it gone off.
Absolutely, yeah.
But a note around it said, "Con Edison crooks, this is for you."
Oh, okay, yeah.
They got the message, but they didn't know
Yeah.
what does this mean? Was it, and it was signed FP initials.
What? That wasn't his name.
No, it wasn't.
You see, my identity must remain mysterious and my mission secret.
I mean, I suppose they probably didn't have an HR department, did they? You could have gone, all right, let's have just a quick look down the list of people who've left or people who've been fired or whatever, to narrow things down, because it's quite specific, isn't it? You don't go... there'd be only one reason why you would do that. I mean, it's a bizarre reason, but you could narrow down the suspects list.
It could have been, a patent holder or
Yeah, I know.
Someone who couldn't pay their bill.
yeah,
Their energy bill.
Yeah,
or a business
sure.
deal that went south.
I suspect everyone, and I suspect no one.
And do we know what kind of bomb, big,
Bomb big.
little? How do you make a bomb?
Well, they were pipe bombs, were they?
They were pipe bombs.
They used to put gunpowder in pipes.
Oh, yeah.
And then use an old cheap watch with some torch batteries to keep it.
Really?
Yeah.
To set a timer?
Yeah, a cheap watch and some batteries that would then the cheap watch would set off the circuits. And
so it's rife for some of them not working.
I mean, it's a classic.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Left there like a time bomb, gently ticking away.
But I mean, they were small as well. They were only
yeah.
like 4 to 10 inches.
Yeah, you'd hide them in a sock.
Right, so tiny things.
Yeah, you'd put them in a woolen sock and then hang it up somewhere.
Tiny things, but enough to, if it went off, would it blow your windows out, or would it
next to a window?
Would it just fill this room with smoke?
I wouldn't say it would fill a room with smoke. I mean, it would cause a significant personal injury if you were nearby.
Okay. Yes. If you had the sock on, one of your legs.
Yeah. Yes. Well, this is why there was injuries.
Yeah.
Necessarily deaths, because even if they did go off, if you weren't near it, it's like an anti-personnel mine.
And being made from pipe, there's some
shrapnel.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Some fairly random bits of shrapnel.
It sticks in the ground and then kaboom.
In one event, he put it in the seat in a movie theatre.
Right, so that would have been bad if you'd been sitting in it.
Yeah, it would have been significant.
You wouldn't have been able to put the seat up,
No.
the flip seat up again.
The
You'd go straight out and buy yourself one of those donut cushions.
Yeah. So he started at former place of work and then spread out to well, as you said, famous, busy public places.
Yes. So for the first sort of year, he had a few bombs that didn't go off, like the first one. It's possible, it was assumed by police that they intended that it wouldn't go off because, like I said, the note wouldn't have been read if it had been.
That's true, yeah.
But the first ones that were duds, or seemed to be. But then, as I say, they started to go off.
Well, he got better at making them, probably.
Also, he did call more often than not and say, "There's a bomb."
Okay.
But he wouldn't say where they are.
Ah, yes, okay. Your shop one wasn't a bomb, but they called. Out of courtesy.
Yeah.
Because that's the way the bomber wants it.
So after about a year, so end of 1941, World War II breaks out. US.
Famously in 1941.
Yes,
Yeah.
as far as America is concerned. So the US enters the war.
Sure.
The war that had been going on in Europe for 2 years at this point. And he said, "I will make no more bombs for the duration of the war."
Well, that was his personal statement.
It's his personal statement, yes.
Okay.
My patriotic feelings have made me decide this. Later, I will bring the Con Edison to justice. They will pay for their dastardly deeds.
So hang on, where's he saying this?
In a letter to the police.
Oh, okay.
He signed it FP.
FP? Still don't know what that means, but do you know?
I know.
Okay. Right, so he was considerate for 4 more years because there was a war on.
Actually, he was considered for 10 years. Because instead of sending bombs, he sent letters to the police, to Con Edison, to the newspapers, sometimes private individuals.
Referencing the previous bomb style.
Slagging off Con Ed, basically.
After 10 years, even though he was wronged, after 10 years you think, let's calm down a bit. Time the old healer. It wasn't that bad. They were quite a nice bunch of blokes. I won't bother continuing to write these letters, but it was clearly...
Must have just got more and more embittered.
Yeah, clearly.
It's possible he's planning to unleash a new reign of terror in our fair city.
So we had a year of dud bombs, 10 years of no bombs.
Letters, yeah.
And then 1951, bomb goes off. And this one goes off in Grand Central Terminal. There's no injuries, but the explosion,
freaks everyone out.
Yeah, freaks everybody out.
Would do. I mean, it's a big old hole.
It is.
This was the first of 5 times he bombed Grand Central Station, which is not Con Ed affiliated. And, of course, that caused huge disruption.
Yeah, of course it did. Yeah.
He also bombed Penn Station 5 times as well.
Bloody hell. Right, yeah. With the same kind of sized, not very big.
Not very big, yeah. But same sort of MO pipe.
I mean, the smaller it is, the easier to hide it, I suppose.
But after the Grand Central bomb, the next one was at Con Ed's headquarters.
More appropriate.
Yeah, he posted a bomb as well to Con Ed, which didn't go off.
I suppose in some way, in his mind, Con Edison is responsible for the bombs, which is usually the inversion that happens in a mind like that.
Yeah.
That's his reason. Yeah, well, Con Edison are responsible for this bomb that I've put in a supermarket or whatever.
It's
not me.
It's that whole "they made me do it."
Yeah, right, yeah, okay, yeah. So we're up to 10, 11 years, if you count the gap of bombage.
Bombage/letterage.
Yes.
Yes, so for 5 more years he's bombing. He's bombing. All over the place.
He's just bombing.
He's just bombing. Yeah. Bomb here, bomb there.
So no comeback at all. No, they're not getting any closer to finding anything.
They've got
no idea.
You'd think Con Edison would kind of just say, "Okay, let's settle this. let's meet, and we'll work out what it is that you need, and we'll come to some agreement."
The thing about that is they go, "Oh, it's you. Arrest him."
Well, exactly.
Yeah, sure.
It's the classic.
But you could have like surveillance on. I suppose that's a needle in a haystack kind of thing. But if he's bombing certain stations quite a lot, I don't know obviously where he was putting the bombs, but the notion of surveillance of people coming and going might have helped. I don't know. It's probably
how many places can you monitor?
1,000 people.
There's no cameras.
No, there isn't. No.
So the police haven't got a clue. I don't know who's this FP. Look for anyone with the initials FP.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I haven't worked out that code. Let's try and work it out now, Ruth.
Okay.
FP. So what's his? What's his?
George Metesky.
No way.
So I nearly said, so we do one letter.
Yeah,
down.
That doesn't work.
No, that doesn't work. Is it for his like? I'm feeling pretty.
Feeling pretty
awful. So is it? Oh, I don't know. I can't think.
I don't think of anything.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
What do you mean you're not going to tell us?
Not yet.
Okay, we're intrigued. We're like me and Rue, like the police. We've got no idea.
No idea.
Clueless.
Utterly clueless.
Actually bathed in clues, but still have no idea.
Yeah.
After 16 years.
Yeah.
Police still, as you say, clueless.
Yep.
They take an unprecedented step. They go to see a psychiatrist.
The police go?
The police approach
all of the police.
Yes, all the police.
Of course, there's no psychological profiling at this point, is there?
Not yet, there isn't.
Not yet.
Until it is invented for this case.
Right.
So
you'd think after 16 years someone would go, let's try and...
Well, this is it. There's the word unprecedented means
yeah, sure,
there was no precedent for going to see a psychiatrist at this point.
No. So what did they come up with? What the type of person who might?
They sent 3 detectives who were on the case to see this man named James A. Brussel.
Mm-hmm.
He was a psychiatrist with the interest in criminology.
Yep.
So he was already doing the thing that they needed.
Yeah.
They knew that they needed it.
You said it was unprecedented.
Yeah.
It was unprecedented
He did it.
for the police to approach a psychiatrist for advice.
Yeah, okay.
But, people were still interested. It's not that no one had ever thought, what sort of person would do that?
Yep.
Before the police went, let's ask someone if they know what sort of person would do it.
Right.
So they approached him and said, who are we looking for?
What does FP mean?
What does FP stand?
They said. Please tell us.
If anyone gets any answers, it'll be the psychiatrist.
So they gave him the case file, and he looked through it, and he went, and he looked out of the window, and he pondered.
Oh, yeah. Did he lick the end of a pencil and
sure he did.
chew the arm of his glasses?
Rub his chin.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
He mused.
Did he say,
He said,
Yeah.
He mused, and he pondered, and then he turned to the police and said,
I have no idea.
I've got a clue. He said
his name's George Metesky.
in the sort of Conan Doyle-esque manner, he turned around and said, "He's Slavic."
Good grief! And get it from that.
What?
Right.
He said he hates his dad and therefore male authority figures,
right,
including the police and his employers.
I don't understand how he got Slavic from that, but
he's a careful man. He doesn't want to face unnecessary risks.
Apart from
making bombs.
Well, no, he's very careful and meticulous and secretive, and that's why he's avoided arrest.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
He's probably not very interested in women. He probably lives with a female relative.
Okay. Don't know how he knows this.
He might be a virgin. Never kissed a girl.
Right. He said that?
Yeah.
He's never kissed a girl?
He said he's never kissed a girl.
That's very detailed.
When you arrest him, he'll be wearing a double-breasted suit.
Wow.
I imagine they were fashionable at the time.
And it will be buttoned up.
As opposed to those rascals who don't...
walking around in unbuttoned jacket.
Yeah. He's not one of those unbuttoned bombers. Don't get drawn down that alley.
These things are very simple to psychiatrists.
Right, okay. So if I was the police, we can be the police. We are the police so far. I'd go, we're wasting our time here. Well, this bloke's talking rubbish. How does he know what coat he's buttoned up?
I'm trying to work out whether I'm the good cop or bad cop.
You're the equally as bemused cop,
the bemused cop
who took your lunch hour off to see this bloke, the psychiatrist bloke.
Well, we've got nowhere in 16 years.
Well, that is true.
Let's give it a go.
Lenny. Yeah, I'm just thinking of a New York cop name. I mean, you're right. We have got nowhere as a collective. Are we going to put all our eggs in this one psychiatrist's basket who said, within minutes of us asking, that your bomber has never kissed a girl? Yes?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, okay, brilliant.
Yes, McCluskey.
Well, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I do know that his brain doesn't work like other people.
So the police start looking for
exactly that
description.
Do you know his birthday? Because we want to ask an astrologer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This information is leaked, if you like, to the New York Times, who print it on a front page story on Christmas Day, 1956.
Wow.
And then 1 o'clock the next morning, Brussel gets a phone call. And he answers the phone and he says, "Is this Dr. Brussel, psychiatrist?" He said, "Yes." He said, "This is FP. Keep out of this or you'll be sorry."
Wow. Mind you, that doesn't mean that was George Thingy.
No,
but
could be just some whacker.
Okay, yeah.
He was a bit miffed that he'd been outed as never having kissed a girl.
Yeah. Exactly.
And living with his aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's right of you to say a thing like that?
So while the search went on, $26,000 in rewards for his capture were posted in December of 1956. So this manhunt is huge in the city and state. Plus, another Con Edison employee in 1951 had also sent a pipe bomb to their HQ, which...
Well, that's muddied the
waters. Muddied the water.
I wonder what the George thought about that.
Yeah.
That's my
MO.
Calling card. Don't you bomb.
Maybe he sent him a bomb. Keep out of it.
Bomb each other.
So, in January 1957, a clerk at Con Edison, who had been looking through workers' compensation files with this information that had been released, was looking for troublesome workers who had filed...
Exactly what I said. Bloody in 1940. No,
yes. But now they're
41.
They're looking for... but they're looking for someone...
Now they've got a profile.
Who fits this profile, yes.
Yes, that's true.
They find the Metesky's
made up profile.
Made up profile.
I mean, it was basically, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How do you know he's bloody Slavic? From is the.
Well, maybe it's from the accents when they had the phone calls.
Well, he didn't have that in the file.
No, but they could have had it from interviews with policemen.
First of all, he said that bombing was more prevalent in Europe and hadn't happened in the US. So
okay.
Eastern Europe.
Interesting.
Also, the handwriting samples they had from the letters that he'd been writing. Stylistically more like.
Wow.
Really?
See, you should have said that first.
Yeah.
Then I would have gone,
maybe it's lovely.
Very interesting.
So his name came up in the course of the investigation.
Right. As it would, because he was disgruntled.
He's Metesky, is his name. He's from Connecticut, but his origins are Eastern European. Slavic.
Never kissed a girl.
They might even have handwriting samples.
Yeah. They probably would have done, wouldn't they?
Yes. So police went to his house in Connecticut, where they found him. He answered the door in his pyjamas.
Yep. Was it buttoned up? No, it was open. No, it's not a man.
He's got pyjamas.
Move on. Chuck.
Yeah. Were they double-breasted pyjamas?
So at his house, where he was staying with two older female relatives,
neither of whom he'd kissed.
Hope.
He'd never been married or had a girlfriend.
Yep.
And they said, can we have a sample of your handwriting? Because your name has come up in the course of the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So they asked him to sign it, and he said to them, I know why you're here. You think I'm the mad bomber. And they said, why don't you go ahead and get dressed? So he went away, and when he came out, he was wearing a buttoned up suit.
Wow.
And they said...
That's quite good, isn't it?
It is good. And one of the detectives said, so tell me, George, what does FP stand for? And he said, fair play.
Wow.
They had their man.
The mad bomber himself.
I don't think we'd ever have got that.
No.
To be fair, I don't think the police would have got that.
So he signed himself as fair play?
Yes.
I am fair play.
Or what I am doing is fair play.
He's embodying
it's defining himself as fair play.
To be fair, the police wouldn't have guessed that either, unless they'd asked him directly. Which they did.
Which they did.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, it's not... it's in his head. It makes sense.
It is fair play, isn't it?
It's like saying, Con Ed are going to pay, and Con Ed goes, for what?
What's he going to do with that?
What are you on about?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
You've got an overdeveloped sense of vengeance.
And that also underlines the notion that he felt just in doing what he was doing.
He probably felt nothing bad at all.
But the thing is, because, again, this is one of those interesting things, because it started out as Con Ed, and it was always saying, it's Con Ed. But
it became
it wasn't
the world.
Anywhere else slighted him. If someone bumped into him in Grand Central Station, it's like, I'm going to leave a bomb here.
I'm going to bomb him.
But of course, everybody turns to Con Ed and blames them for not resolving this. So it will, I would have thought, create some negativity towards Con Ed.
Yeah. You created it. Yeah.
It's quite good, though, isn't it?
So
wasn't Grand Central one of the first places to get Edison electricity?
I believe that is correct.
Don't know if there's any link there.
Or more just a massive public space, but...
So, Russell, the psychiatrist, is hailed as a genius.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's called the prophet of 12th Street, the Sherlock Holmes of the couch.
Right.
It's not a very good one.
It's not a very good one.
The psychiatric seer.
I guess Freud is still in people's minds a little bit.
Yes. What he is a pioneer of
profiling.
Criminal profiling.
Yeah.
So the FBI's behavioural analysis unit is basically conceived in this
the
whole idea of criminal profiling and criminology in that sense.
I mean, it was outstandingly good example of why it was set up, I suppose. Literally everything he said was 100% correct.
Yeah, exactly.
We would have dismissed it. We would have gone, what?
This guy's crazy.
Taking us running rings around us.
He said anything. Russell continues to work with the police for years. He's founded a new
department
of science.
Very good.
George.
Yes, what happened to him?
So he admits to 32 bombs.
Yep.
He is indicted with 47 counts of attempted murder, as well as various...
I suppose technically that's
47 attempts with 33 bombs.
47 charges of attempted murder. So different individuals.
Each individual's...
Each individual, yeah.
That makes sense.
And various other things like carrying concealed weapons, for example. Damaging...
handling of controlled explosives. And
he was indicted on those charges. He actually was charged with 7 counts of attempted murder. However, psychiatrists were brought in, different psychiatrists, who declared that he was a paranoid schizophrenic and could not stand trial because he was mentally incompetent.
So the psychologists both gave and took away.
Psychiatrist.
Yeah. So he was found legally insane.
Right.
He was committed to a hospital for the criminally insane in April of 1957, where he remained until 1973 after having sent 900 letters to the mayor, to the police.
Wow. Saying what?
Saying that he wasn't going to bomb anybody again. I promise I won't bomb anyone.
900?
Yeah.
In what period is that?
Early 70s. All of the 60s, basically.
Yeah.
So it's nearly 100 a year then.
Yeah. He finally was released home, where he remained for 20 years. He died in 1994 at the age of 90 years old.
Gosh.
Wow.
There's got to be some movies about mad bombers.
I know.
Well, the obvious one
is
Speed.
Yeah. Which, oddly, I watched.
Well, hang on. There's no connection, though. Is that born out of that?
Dennis Hopper's character
Yes.
is of a disgruntled ex-cop, disgruntled employee who's injured in the line of duty and sets bombs with using a watch.
That's true.
For Keanu Reeves to find.
Yeah, and as in George Metesky's case, Keanu Reeves hunts him down.
I mean, there's not exactly much of it. I mean, all right, it's got loose bomb comparisons.
Yes.
So what about Speed 2?
less.
Less. Oh, okay, fine.
There is
that has an even less connection with Speed 1.
Yeah, it does.
Well, yeah. There's a 1972 film called The Mad Bomber.
Yes.
That can't have anything to do with it.
Literally him.
Which is less to do with it.
Is it?
than Speed is.
All right, fine.
There's another pop cult reference that we've not mentioned.
Yep.
Sesame Street. you can't talk about
bombs.
mad bombers without having the mad bomber from Sesame Street.
Crazy Harry.
Oh, brilliant.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's all for this time. If you want to know more about what we've talked about in this episode, Google it or something. You can listen to all of our previous episodes on our website, truecrimediary.co.uk. Please leave a review on your podcast provider if you can, or you can send an email to truecrimediarypodcast@gmail.com. My thanks to Jid and Roo, and to all of you for listening, and we'll see you again on the next date in our True Crime Diary.